Hello and welcome back to another episode of Strong Collectors Podcast. My name is Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about the new Figura Obscura release, Frankenstein's Monster. Before we get into that, I do want to remind us that we do have a giveaway going on the Legendsverse interview we did, The Truth About Legendsverse. If you want to hop back and watch that with Alejandro, a lot of good information on his website, all the cool things he's doing there, ways to catalog your figures, and this one just might be on there eventually. So we are giving away a Skeleton Legions builder, which is one of my personal favorite Mythic Legions. So you can hop over there with instructions on how to enter and get entered to win that. But we're here today to talk about the new Frankenstein. Now, we got a tease for this. I think it was maybe yesterday, earlier this week. Just a picture of the lightning with saying something comes to life, legend comes to life, maybe. And a lot of people were guessing Frankenstein. There were some Thors. I think Frankenstein seemed more likely just with how they've been doing the Figura Obscura lately. And right off the bat, I think this looks pretty great. If it tells you anything, I've got mine ordered already, and I'm pretty excited about it. It is $70, so you got that price tag. However, as you take a look at it, it is coming with quite a bit. You've got the figure, of course. You've got like the operating table, like a little mini table that could hold different pieces. You got some jars, a couple different extra heads, hands, books, some kind of spinning wheel contraption. And then he's got like the pants look with the more open overcoat, or you could switch that and do with more of like a wrappings around the waist type thing. You can switch his head up. I really love the attention to detail on this one, particularly how they went with the depiction of Frankenstein. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dakota's mentioned this before. I'm a pretty big English literary nerd. I also love horror, so this is right up my alley. And one of the frustrating things about Frankenstein is that he's always depicted usually in the way the Universal monster movies did in the 30s, which was a bit after the book and quite a bit different, right? In the book, Frankenstein's creature, it's not really called Frankenstein because Frankenstein's the doctor, just so we know. Uh, common overlooked fact there. But he's called like Adam, he's called the creature, he's called the monster, whatever it is. And he's actually very articulate. He's eloquent. He can read. He quotes philosophy, poetry, has a lot more like in-depth character in many ways, and does have more of this look of the tall, yellow skin, very muscular, the long black hair, black lips. So they're really capturing, I'd say, what Frankenstein looks like in the book, which I think is a pretty cool move for them. And that's one that definitely makes me interested in it because I like to buy things that are usually based on other stuff. I'm sure it's no secret if you've been watching. Dakota is more of the Legions collector than I am. I do like them. And for me, sometimes I like to have something like, oh, I know what this is. It's based on that. Easier for Dakota to just buy stuff that looks cool, which I understand because even if you don't like Frankenstein, you might think this one looks pretty cool. So I think them doing that as they have been with a lot of the different literary characters has been neat. Getting Jacob Marley, getting Mask of the Red Death, now Frankenstein. And I think this is probably the best looking, just regular book style Frankenstein you can get. I do love my NECA monsters. The horror figures there are pretty cool. Um, and if that's what you're looking for, I think those are great. I do have a bit of a comparison on the table. So the NECA Frankenstein had a deluxe set thing you can get with like the operating table, and this is about $40. This is what you got. You got like an alternate head for Frankenstein and a torch and a little cloth thing. It's fine. I think it works for what that movie is. Personally, it's a little kind of rickety for me, and I think for $40 compared to paying $70 to then get a smaller table with a figure with all of the different parts and accessories he's coming with, I think is a bit of a better value. So another bonus, I would say, everyone out there listening, my wife likes it. She's not always into all the figures. She's a bit more selective. She does have a hand in some of these arrangements you see back here. But she definitely thinks this one's cool. She likes the Frankenstein element, likes the literary element. So, if you're wanting your wives or girlfriends to hopefully let you display a little bit more, maybe beyond just the collection shelf, this one could make it out into the general displays throughout the house. That'd be my recommendation. Dakota and I, between us, do have all the Figura Obscuras aside from the Krampus variant. I think Dakota has one of the Krampus variants, but outside of that, between us, we have at least all the base Figura Obscura. So Dakota is not grabbing this one now. He might be getting it at Legions Con, but I'm definitely getting this one here for me. And if you're watching this today, it would be available to order, and you can hop on and check that one out on Store Horseman. As I mentioned, we will be at Legions Con this year, confirmed. So you'll be seeing me in the flesh. We're going to be at the Fit You booth where Dakota is helping me and other collectors get swole and jacked. So you can go over and talk to him about that and also help him overcome some social anxiety. I'll be supporting him as best I can, but we'd love to have you there. We also are going to be doing a collector origin story call-in show. So if you want to go back and watch our collector origin story, you can, but we're going to be doing a call-in where you can call in and share your collector origin story. That is what we got for today. Thank you for listening. Please be liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, stay strong.